they don't have other aircraft what can transport these goods to other people. And I don't know what they want us to do, right? I loaded 4 aircraft today, and
From
I'm
where?
coming
From
out
where you load them?
and I'm
Where you load them from?
Fort Lauderdale International Airport. That's where I
What is
work.
it on? Oh my goodness.
That's where I work. I've been on the ground from 2:30 this morning. I don't get no sleep.
Uh-oh.
And I don't like when people of Jamaica think that they're entitled. We understand there's a hurricane. We understand there's a disaster. But we are working right round the clock. Right round the clock. And I
Yes.
have to go back to work again. And I will take the first flight out to Jamaica on Tuesday morning to help them with these distribution.
Fantastic, sir.
And I don't understand with these people because they might ask a whole lot of questions and they might ask how these things don't reach to the people them as yet. We just the one who load the aircraft and make sure that these things already deliver into Jamaica. We
Yes.
don't know what more they want us to
Why?
do.
What a sight that is. I love you, brother.
I have to leave family and work.
I tell you. He's saying that they're loading.
I really don't like
Yes.
it.
Yes, sir.
You understand me? Because you
Yes,
have
sir.
people at the airport right now to make sure things reach to Jamaica by tomorrow morning.
Yes.
And then they are going to say, why? Why it takes so long?
Uh-huh.
We are human being too. We
Yes.
are human. We are family. We're only doing our best.
My God.
You know what I mean? You know how long I stand on my foot for almost 9 hours. No break. No break. Just to get this aircraft up and out of the airport.
Yes, sir.
And when you're talking to these people, it's like they don't appreciate you, they don't care. You know what I mean? And I don't understand. I really don't understand.
You are a Jamaican, sir? You're a Jamaican?
Yes, me a Jamaican. Me born at Kingston.
Oh.
Come from Tower Hill. In the
Uh-huh.
Prime Minister constituency.
Okay. And you are abroad working.
And I'm abroad working neighbor, and the first time I come in your life. You never see me in person, but me I work.
You work at the airport and you are saying that for 9 hours you have been there loading an aircraft too with
Loading,
food.
loading, loading. And
Uh-huh.
don't get a break. Me just come off of work.
So why are you coming here on Tuesday?
Because they keep on saying that they don't have the equipment to distribute these stuff to the various areas. So what they're doing is send us down there
Who
to
is sending
help
you
them.
down? Who is
Eh?
sending you down?
No, the humanitarian aid.
Sending you down here.
No, it's not only me. It's like about 30 of us coming down.
And what you come down here, what you going to do?
What we doing is we're gonna offload these things off the aircraft and make sure that we can fit those onto a smaller aircraft to reach to Portland, St. Elizabeth, or wherever.
Or helicopters?
Yes, because
Okay.
they claim to an El Salvador they sending down their helicopters to help us as well. Because they must say them not have enough helicopters down there. So me not understand. Them a
Uh-huh.
bash the government and I don't like it because at the end of the day is the government is doing everything what it can do in its power.
Yes.
Everything it can do in its power. I don't have to come down there. I could refuse. But I am a Jamaican. I will take the trip, come down there just to help them.
Wow.
You understand what
9
I'm
hours
saying?
you are on your feet, sir. Packing things to send to Jamaica.
I'm on my feet the whole no, me no pack, me load the plane. I'm the one who load. I'm an aviation mechanic, but they draw for us to come and load the plane.
You
So
mean
we
you
can
drive, you
load it
drive, you
right.
drive, you drive lifters and so.
Yeah, I drive the lifters and all of these things. So we can load all the cargoes and all that stuff. But the thing,
Lots of things coming down here, sir.
a lot of things coming down here, but to be honest with you, I understand the love and the appreciate where people come because in and out we have a part of the airport where people can come and drop off stuff. You understand what I'm saying? And we will load it on the aircraft going down to Jamaica. But the thing is, what I don't like with people in Jamaica right now, to be honest with you, they feel like say they're entitled. We understand the level of frustration. We understand. But there's what can we do? I am not the authority. I can only do my job.
Yes.
I can only do my job. And then I ask some question and I said, me can't answer that. That's above my pay rate. That
Yes, sir.
is above my pay rate. Like they're trying to tell me that why we can't get plane come straight to wait name there. You have those plane. All right. Let me tell you. You have some military aircraft, right? What we have to load, right? And those military aircraft have to directly go straight to the airport because there's no way they're going to have a landing strip to accommodate these aircraft.
Yes.
They're heavy and they're coming with goods, right?
Yes.
And they don't understand. The problem is what we have, the challenge is what we have in Jamaica because of these planes need to offload and go directly into a smaller helicopters. It is a challenge because they don't have enough.
Uh-huh.
And that is the challenge right now because I was on the phone with Norman Manley International Airport and we said, well, we're coming in and we need actually like 5 aircraft. They said they don't have one.
You
They
mean
don't
5
have one.
helicopters?
Yes, because the cargo what's coming in is a lot. And we have to go
Uh-huh.
sort it out. We need manpower on the ground to sort it out because we do our job here to get these things in the aircraft, but we need manpower in Norman Manley Airport to come and accept these things where they can start it out and put it into a smaller um, helicopter. And that is the problem.
Yes, sir. So what are the things that you have put on the plane now? Food supplies.
Well, to be honest with you, what I put, I don't know what is in the cargo.
Okay.
I assume that is diapers, food, all kind of stuff. Tarpaulin, blanket, everything. You name it. It's on there.
So can't they put some of these cargoes on trailers, in trucks?
They can, but it's the Jamaican authority. I don't know exactly what they are doing down there. It's not us. We do our part. You understand what I'm saying? We already do our part by have them there. You understand what I'm saying? So they need to do their part is get them offload and carry them. And they saying that most of the road is blocked and all kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm just so frustrated.
Oh my.
I'm really frustrated. And then now I have to be back at work at 2:30 in the morning to make sure that our next shipment go down there again.
You are going to pack more planes tomorrow to come send up?
Yes. Yes. We have enough in our warehouse. I don't know how late you're gonna be, but I can show you tomorrow when I reach in the at the airport to show you in our warehouse what need to be going to Jamaica
Lots of
tomorrow.
stuff. Lots of
It's
stuff.
a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff. Because we have people right now on the ground. there at the Fort Lauderdale International Airport is actually loading plane right now.
My goodness.
You know what I mean? So it's a 24-hour cycle.
Uh-huh. Ongoing
Yes.
efforts to send help to Jamaica.
To send help to Jamaica is an ongoing thing. I'm telling you. So what I can do, I don't know how late you're gonna be up, but if I
Well,
can record
moderator,
everything and
it's
show you.
I've been on for 3 hours.
Huh?
I have been on for 3 hours already.
I know, but what I'm saying, like tomorrow morning, because I have to report back to
Nine
work
o'clock. I'll be on at
by
9.
9 o'clock. That
Yes.
time I've been at work trying to get these things out
Uh-huh.
because I will be there at 2:30 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
2:30
So,
a.m.
so you are saying, sir, that the people of Jamaica just need to be patient. Help is
They
on the way.
need they needs to be patient, and that's what they don't understand. Because I went on someone live, and I'm trying to explain to them what is taking place, and come like they don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? It's like you join a partner, and you need to get a jar, and you not get a jar soon enough. And that's all them a behave. And I show them like, listen, this is it. This is all what's going to Jamaica. They need to have patience. They need to get the representative. They need to get whatever they need to get these stuff out of Norman Manley International Airport. That's
To
all
the
they
people.
do.
Yeah. Because a lot of things are there, eh?
Is a lot of things are there. El Salvador, they send 300 people down there to help. That's how backed up they are.
Wow.
El Salvador. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to
Hold on
explain,
for me, my dear sir. Hold on, don't move.
yeah,
And having here into even right here on Politics Plus with your neighbor and Caroline. We have a caller online, Andrew Cunningham, 88. He is actually in the United States, says he's at the airport loading cargo for 9 hours straight on his feet. And he's saying to Jamaica, please have some mercy. Be patient. Help is on the way. He wants to say a little bit more to us. Go ahead, sir.
yes, what I'm saying to your neighbor, it hurt my heart to see how the people behave just now. It really
Yeah.
hurt my heart. I understand. I have family in Westmoreland I don't hear from. I don't even speak to them. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yes.
I don't even know what's going on with them. From before the hurricane, I talked to them. After the hurricane, I don't hear nothing more from them. Nothing
Yes.
more. I'm not from Westmoreland, but I have a lot of family in Westmoreland. The Ramsey them, I don't know if anybody can hear from the Ramsey them, but I have a whole lot of family from Westmoreland. But I am saying they just need to understand. We know because when we have hurricane come to Florida, it's the
Yes.
same thing. We have 2 weeks without light.
What are you
Two
saying to
weeks.
me? Lie you are tell, man.
Yes.
Lie you are
Ask
tell.
anybody who from Florida, 2 weeks, no light.
In Florida, sir?
Yes, 2 weeks, no light.
What are you
So
saying to
what
me?
I am saying, they need to understand. We know the frustration. We understand. Florida and Jamaica are two different things. We know. You understand what I'm saying? But we never have life for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Can't cook nothing because they know say everything what we use electric. A lot of our
Electric.
you know what I mean when
Uh-huh.
you know electric. So if you
Electric.
not have the light to cook,
Yes.
you're doomed.
Uh-huh.
You
Everything
understand what I'm
electric.
saying? So everything electric. So all I am saying to them, all they
So
need
the,
to do just
hold on to me, sir. Hold on. So the iron electric, this gas stove electric,
everything,
the fridge electric, the radio electric.
everything electric, everything electric, everything. And
I
not
tell
like
you.
New York where they use gas. I
Aha.
know like New York where they use
The
gas,
light
electric
electric.
we use also.
Yes.
Light electric, everything electric. So what
Everything electric,
I
I
am
tell you.
saying to neighbor, what I am saying to them, just have patience because you know what? It's so frustrated. Because
Yes.
some people, you know what I mean? I have a one guy, he said, no, you can't do this. He going home.
I tell you, sir,
You
you're
understand what I'm
making me laugh.
saying? He said he can't do that. You know, it's a new thing. I understand, but you know what I mean? It's getting frustrated because when we come on these people live and I try to show them what's going on, help is on the way, them like, oh, but we not see the help yet, and oh, this and that, and oh, who you work for and whatever. I said, me not work for any, I'm just giving my support. I'm an aviation mechanic. I don't even load plane. I can do it, but then ask me help, I'm gonna try my best to help them.
Uh-huh.
That's all it
You're making
is.
a good point, sir. So you,
There's
you are
some
saying
question
that
where
there
them
are
ask
people.
me, I can't answer them.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Okay. So what about relief efforts for people in Florida that when you have a hurricane, it takes a little while to get to them too?
I'm not saying it takes a little while, but the thing is with Florida depends on where you are at in Florida and how the damage is in Florida. So the thing is with Florida, you might have like power outages, like power will gone, but you have people come around, they will give you food, they will give you water, they will give you everything. You understand what I'm saying? But the thing is with Florida is just power. When the power gone, it gone for like 2 weeks in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know other part in Florida, cause you know Florida is big.
Yes.
You understand what I'm
Understand you,
saying?
know, sir, and I appreciate you. So you say you'll link up me with me tomorrow or some other time during the week?
Yeah, if I'm not that busy, I can show you what's going on tomorrow. But I will be at the airport by 2 a.m. in the morning, 2:30 a.m. Sorry,
Yeah, man.
and I will be down there on Jamaica and Jamaican soil by Tuesday morning.
Yes, neighbor, I definitely agree with you, neighbor. Help is definitely. And forgive me for earlier, neighbor. Just that my kind of so when it come to this thing, neighbor, I just want to focus on this thing, you know. Because whether I want to believe it or not, in the neighbor, there are parents down there tonight in the neighbor who them child in St. Elizabeth, Westman, who them child look upon them and say, Mommy, bully beef again. Mommy, sardine today again. They used to eat in their favorite part of the chicken or any other meat, but them like, but that parent know have to turn to that child and explain it, neighbor. And those things are not easy, neighbor. There are parents again, neighbor, who have them just born 9-month-old baby. No light, no, nothing. You have to over that baby with a fan away mosquito from biting a child. It's not easy, neighbor. So that's why sometimes on these platforms, neighbor, these persons reach out to me and say, Scratchy, a neighbor platform I could know this, a neighbor platform I could know that. So sometimes, neighbor, forgive me for sounding ignorant, but sometimes when I come on these platforms, neighbor, I just want to focus on the plight of the people. And I don't think we're Mark Golding born at this point in time should have it's of any concern to any of these people. And I think we're disappoint them and let them down because they will depend on us for information. And that's all I wanted to do, neighbor. I never if you shun the person or not, neighbor. I just want to stay on point and be very sympathetic to these people. Because a lot of understanding and a lot of talking parents have to be doing today. Sunday here, neighbor. Persons might don't have them favorite dinner going to them bed tonight. Persons eating sardine from Tuesday till now. Bully beef. So we have to be sympathetic to those people, neighbor, not because we throw a nice French fried chicken on the way. We have to understand the next part of the island. Not in a situation where we have to be sympathetic and understanding to them. And I feel them pain, neighbor, because me tell you, say, I get a totally different scope and understanding from what really took place down on that side of the island, neighbor. And I am sympathetic to them cause and very understanding towards them. I feel them pain to my heart.
We're
Yes,
still
neighbor.
we still have to ask our people to bear with the government a little. I think that the systems of government are cranked up, and there are people right now as we speak, Scratchy, that are on the job on behalf of the Jamaican people.
And definitely, neighbor, and same like our persons are saying that they have never seen anything like this before. The government have never seen anything like this before, the same way too. So we must have to be understanding and compassionate towards the government. I know that the government is doing their best. The government don't sit down and idle and a thing. A lot of what is going on to in a neighbor. A lot of persons see these aid coming in at the island and feel that these aid just miraculously pop up at the airport, you know. They don't know what is going on behind the scene, why these aids are coming. They don't know no talking that are being happening on phone calls and stuff like that. Emails that are being sent. We're not privy to those information. But when you see a plane, a cargo plane pull up at the airport, it don't just pull up so out of the blues. There are things that are being done behind the scene that we don't know neighbor that is being done to make sure that everything is being done in the right way. This is something new to the government, neighbor. It's one of our biggest crises, neighbor. And we have to just bear with the government, have understanding towards them, and know that them don't just sit down and idle. They're moving, and it is a lot of stuff that need to be done, neighbor. This is not a quick fix.
In the same breath, Scratchy, don't it is that people manage things differently, in that when some people sit and hear the conspiracy and hear the tearing down of the Prime Minister, they get angry to Scratchy.
I understand that, neighbor. And I am one of those persons as well, neighbor.
You know, since that gentleman spoke, I went to look for those two persons. And let me tell you something, Scratchy. It would anger anybody to hear what they say. At a time like this, Scratchy, when the head of your country is doing his best, I have no doubt that Holness right now is either on the phone, in a meeting. Mr. Holness is not in his bed now, you know, Scratchy.
Not in his bed, neighbor. He's not in his bed, neighbor.
Okay? Right now, it's either Holness is in a meeting, on some conference call, visiting with someone. Something for Jamaica, sir. And for these two names that he mentioned to be saying those nasty things about the Prime Minister, sir, it will hurt his supporters too, Scratchy.
Neighbor, it will definitely hurt me too, neighbor. It definitely hurt me. Anytime persons talk bad about the Prime Minister, neighbor, it definitely hurt me, neighbor. But in a situation like this, neighbor, what I try to do is, I try to tell myself this, Scratchy, if I am more concerned about how I feel or how I look, I'm not more concerned about how things look or how we look, neighbor. I'm more concerned about how the people feel. So I'm not going to make this about politics or anything. I know that whatever is coming or whatever people are saying, the opposition, neighbor, do have no power and nothing to stop. Nothing that anybody from Westmoreland is to get. Nobody from Hanover is to get. I know that it's the government that is running the operation of this, and it's the government who's going to make sure that we come back on our foot. So I don't worry about the naysayers, neighbor. I know it go. I know how things go. Person, no, but everybody's not going to be happy, neighbor. Everybody's not going to be pleased with how the government have carry out its duty. But once we know that the majority is being benefited from it, neighbor, that is what matters and that is what counts for me. And I just ask that the Prime Minister just continue to be strong and continue to hold your head steady, Mr. Prime Minister.
I don't think that you can fault supporters of Wholeness to push back against it, because it has been overwhelming, Scratchy. It has been victory.
No, we can't force him. The two names that the gentleman called earlier, neighbor, I know those two persons, neighbor. And I know them two persons, neighbor. Them two persons, neighbor, why they not really bother me, neighbor? Those two persons, neighbor, now have no impact for move the needle, neighbor, or change anything. Them can't change the price of rice, neighbor. I told nobody them, the neighbor. We cannot do nothing. I waste them two people, the neighbor. We don't have no impact with nobody, no intelligent or people with sense. We never get a listening here to them. So them not shape me, them not move me. Them can't chop the government, them can't tap the government, no time.
Yeah. Well, you know, Scratchy, I think, to be frank with you, I understand your position, but I am getting the feeling as I have watched the politics that somehow, well, look at Gustav. Gustav is in the box. Can you bring him up for me? Caroline, bring up Gustav for me. Where is he? Oh my goodness, my friend in St. Elizabeth. Is he there? Is he there? Oh, I don't see him. Oh yes,
I'm up in the box.
Yes. Hello there, my friend from St. Elizabeth. How you doing?
I'm doing all right in the neighbor at the moment, you know.
Oh my goodness. You are in St. Elizabeth?
I left the parish yesterday, neighbor.
Oh my goodness. You were in St. Elizabeth during the storm?
And after the storm.
So what was your house damaged?
A section of it was damaged. Yes. The side that has zinc was severely impacted. Well, as is the case with most cases in St. Elizabeth, neighbor, once you have zinc, most of the roofs are gone once you have zincs. Not to say that all zinc places had their roofs lift off, but 98% of them went, neighbor, including a section of my house as well.
What is the situation on the ground there in reality, Gustav?
Well, neighbor, the reality is a lot of people are obviously homeless, while some are roofless, you know. So we have roofless homes, but some of the homes are completely demolished, you know. The people will need a complete housing structure again versus some that will only need merely roofing to get back inside what they call a home. In terms of like some areas in Thornton, specifically in the Silo division of Northeast St. Elizabeth, there are a lot of broken power lines. Almost every power lines are down in that area. Almost all zinc roofs have gone. That area faces another problem because it faces an area, a threat, water threat, meaning it is prone to flood waters, and that is the reality now. Underground, some places are still impassable because of flood waters. You know what I mean? So we have fallen trees in roads that are causing a cutoff, you know. But the people are doing what they can. However, when the people help themselves by removing tree debris, then they face another challenge with the down power lines that are connected still with the wires. So if JPS could have sent or tried to send some team inside of these areas and just disconnect the wires off the power lines that have fallen, then more thoroughfares would be more easier to use with two lanes, you know. So it's just that the wires are still connected to the down power lines that are across some roads. So, and they are the only things that are blocking some roads. So if JPS could come and strip the posts of the wires and so forth, then the people could put the wires aside and then remove the power line, the poles that are on the ground, you know, just like how they would have removed the trees.
Yeah, take me into Tuesday night, Gustav. You're in St. Elizabeth in your house and the storm is coming. How was it?
Yeah, it was really a day. It was really a day impact. It was mostly felt throughout the day, and probably that's the reason why more lives have been spared. You know, because the thing is, a lot of people went out, neighbor, when roofs were flying. You know what I mean? Trees were flying and so forth because they would have buttoned down. But then after the wind got more heavier, then they would have seen their roofs being lifted off completely. You know what I mean? Imagine in a scenario where an individual would have had two homes on one premises, and then that roof would have lifted, and then you run to that other house only for that other house roof to follow suit afterwards. It was very scary, neighbor. The wind and the sound from the wind and the sound from broken trees and power lines breaking. It was very scary, very scary. And to me, the blessings that God gave us was making sure that Melissa passed us in the day. You know what I mean? Because neighbor, the panic that was there, some people would not have seen what they're dodging, and some people would run into some little.
There was panic.
A lot of panic, neighbor. I mean, there was a lot of panic. You would see people running out even when things were flying. You know what I mean? Because you're in your house and you'd have seen a few houses crumbled before your roof got taken off. So you start to panic when you see yours come off, thinking that, oh, probably yours would be similar to that. So that was the reality on the ground, neighbor. Especially when the wind started to hone. I mean, yo, it was real scary, you know what I mean? Real scary, neighbor.
How you think the government has responded so far to the plight of the people, no doubt, Gustav? Is helping.
Well, the approach of the government, neighbor, is it is correct, and obviously it could have never been a 24-hour response from the government. It would literally be impossible for the government to impact people with assistance 24 hours after the storm. To me, 72 hours is very good, and the government would have reacted in 72 hours. Why 72 hours? Because even if you have aid for the people, neighbor, the thoroughfares that you want to use to traverse to carry these aids to the people, they were impossible. And even if you wanted to land an helicopter, those areas for some cases are engulfed in water, so high waters, you know what I mean? So the response time of the government, it is very, very good. Excellent, neighbor. And the mechanism through which the government wants people to be aid is very good. Why? Because we'd have heard of pockets of incidents, neighbor, where armed persons would have held up people who are coming inside of areas to offer aid and saying to them that they're hungry. I make a specific reference to an incident I heard about in Holland Bamboo, where armed men would have held up persons transporting over 300,000 worth of supplies, right? And taking it away from them. So it is also worthy for people to stop play politics and understand the mechanism that the government wants to use, that it is protecting the resources that the people are voluntarily giving, and also protecting their lives as the volunteers. Because remember, this is a crisis, so you have to expect looters will be there. And as always, neighbor, in any event, there will always be a set of Jamaicans who are just heartless regardless of the situation. And they need to be looked out for. And that's why the government would have advised people to utilize the necessary channels in terms of offering their aid, so that their aids can be brought in by security personnel. Therefore, it doesn't cause a confusion or a tug and war and people fighting for supplies.
Based on what you have seen there in St. Elizabeth, Gustav, how long do you think it will take for things to get back to normal there?
Obviously, neighbor, normality is far off the agenda for people of St. Elizabeth. However, it's how fast we can go closest to being normal again. The crisis, neighbor, it is so much. I mean, it is multifaceted. I mean, when you think of roads that are severely damaged, completely dug up, power lines, the homes that are in need of help, the people that are in need of help, but critically, neighbor, the badge of honor that St. Elizabeth wears, which is the bread basket honor, it's sort of like taken away from us at the immediate time, and it doesn't seem as if we will get back that badge of honor anytime soon. We may get it back, of course, because we are resilient and strong people. But the reality is, it will take a while for you to get coconuts, breadfruit, avocado, and all those traditional crops that you're used to and accustomed to getting from St. Elizabeth. You know what I mean? A lot of these crops have taken off severe battering, meaning the limbs not only came off of these trees, they are completely, for most cases, completely uprooted. So after a while, a lot of things that St. Elizabeth used to provide Jamaica with, we will need to get ourselves now. So we're going to turn buyers of what we used to supply, literally.
No, in terms of the Member of Parliament response in your constituency, she's been very active.
She has not been very active physically. She has been very active orally, and when you look back, it is Delroy Slowly that you would have seen made the news internationally. I don't know if you have seen the clip where Delroy Slowly would have been interviewed by one of the international medias for having his tractor to clear debris in the town of Santa Cruz. He was hailed for his of course patriotic ways in a time like this. So again, Delroy Slowly on the front line again for the people, not speaking politically now, but as I would have always said, Delroy Slowly for the people as always. And he's again on the ground for the people of St. Elizabeth in many ways, neighbor, but he's providing his machineries to help clean up the roadways that can be cleaned up for commuting to happen. So in that regard, neighbor, I heard the member of parliament making some arguments that the government of Jamaica has barred she specifically from seeking the services of private contractor. That is yet to be cleared as to whether that is factual. And she has a habit of complaining, neighbor, about not having resources. And critically, to note, neighbor, she has a counselor in the Silo division that would have left Jamaica days before Hurricane Melissa, and he's now overseas. So while the people out here are suffering, their PNP councillor left Jamaica amidst the storm that was, or the hurricane that was imminent, and now the people are in need of his assistance. I think he's still overseas. So in terms of that, the member of parliament is not confessing that to the people, so she's beating around it, making silly excuses, neighbor.
Stuart, Gustav, finally, what is the role you think that the opposition can play in this process? Do you think that a coming together of both of the teams at this point will be necessary?
Neighbor, you see, I don't want to be a devil, but it seems as if the PNP does not know how to work collectively for the people without politics involved or trying to shade some form of political jobs. And in a sense, neighbor, I would say that since they are for the people, it doesn't really have to always, they should be able to organize themselves to reach the people that are most vulnerable. They don't always have to partner with the government to reach the people, because you're a political organization. You are for the people, be it opposition or government. So out of patriotic ways, come on, just organize your machineries and do what you have to do for the people. Don't come and play politics, because whenever time the Labour Party proposes anything, when they go against it, they do so in a political way. So they're not necessarily a unified bunch to collaborate with, sadly, even a crisis.
Yeah, I see one of my listeners suggesting that politics is being played by the Labour Party. I don't know that that is a fair comment. I don't think he is listening to the bloggers that do this on behalf of the People's National Party. They have been despicable.
Yes, neighbor, politically mischievous in a time like this, neighbor. They are still being...
And the conspiracy that they are spreading, it's quite distasteful, quite frankly.
And the things that they are insinuating as well, subliminally and indirectly.
To divide the country. I think my friend need to listen to some of these people. Their behavior is nothing short of disgraceful. It's really bad.
It's disgraceful, neighbor. It's disgraceful.
It is this. Hold on there, sir. Let me see if I can find Lisa Hanna. Lisa Hanna is commending the government for
Lisa, what are you seeing yourself?
Listen to her.
Fall on it. But certainly Kingston was spared, and some of the central areas and the eastern part of Jamaica, which is still open. Certainly Kingston doesn't appear as if Melissa even came over. We have lost roofs in some places and electricity. I was listening to the lady and she's right, because the power lines are still down and we have no electricity in some of those places. It's difficult to pump water, but the government is on top of things. They have the army in place. There's been tremendous international aid.
So Miss Hanna is saying that the government is on top of things. The government is on top of things, Garfman, coming from a former